up, y'all? So where we left off at, we've got our base done, we've got the board done, we've got our battery box mounted, our trucks on, and I think the next thing we want to do is fit the motor mounts, because that's what I said. And once we have the motor mounts fitted and that set up and we know exactly which way we're going with that, then it's going to be putting the battery box on there, which I think I've come up with a crafty, clever way to do that. So let's see what happens. Let's do it. All right, so I kind of put one together. I put one together on a mock-up real quick. We're going to go on about like that. So we just need to put this other side together. Alright, so that's one side. I'm gonna go ahead and bang out this other side and then we'll pick up from there. So same deal with this side. All these are nylon thread locks, but you know what? I've never been disappointed that I added Loctite thread locker to something that I was about to do. Because the last thing I want is this shit wiggling loose mid-ride on me. So that was the mounts. Those are from Board Dynamics. They could maybe be marked a little bit better as far as so when you get them, but outside of that, I don't really have any complaints about them. I think I got them lined up pretty well. And our next step is, I think, yeah, whew, the fun step. We're gonna put those Flipsky 6374 Battle Hardened motors up on these mounts. We're just gonna kind of thumb tighten in our screws and kind of get a loose fit in. We're gonna put the tires on. I've never messed with chain before, so. Now we want to think out how we're going to do our wiring and everything. So, look at these babies. Flipsky 6374. I hope that's what I said a moment ago. 6374, 140 kV motors. We're running 190 kVs and 6384s on the other boards. These are just a tiny bit smaller as far as when we're talking the 6374. It's a 63 millimeter motor and 74 millimeters long, and 140 kilovolts is how many rotations it'll make for the volts that you're applying to it and everything. So we went with lower kV because we're going to get higher torque out of this riding this way with these motors. And I went with the 7.4s because they're battle hardened and they didn't have the 8.4s in the battle hardened, and I'm trying to go lighter, so I don't know that 10 millimeters is going to make a whole heck of a lot of difference, but I want to try. So I think I want to do the motors like this. Probably. We got enough room down there? Maybe we should do them like this. Yeah? Man. These things are actually going to have enough to where I can take these maybe even into the enclosure. This is crazy. Yeah, so I think they're gonna have to go like this and have the wires up a little bit just so they can loop over into this. Probably something like this. These mounts are amazing. These screws like slide right into the milled recesses perfectly. Now the Flipsky, I tend to call them Flipskys when I think you say Flipsky. So anyways, I'm so stoked. Sometimes I don't know what I like more, riding or building. This is gonna be freaking beautiful. All right. I'll slap the wheels on. I guess I should set my motor about halfway and tighten it down. I'll do the same on this side. So I'm just doing 2 screws on each side. Lucky for us, I got us a chain breaker. Alright, so we just kind of clamp this down on the chain and then break the link that we don't want. I'm gonna just wrap it around again and try to make sure I know what I'm doing. I'm gonna pop this right here out. There. Y'all. That shit was such a pain in the ass to get done, but I did it. So now we're gonna put our master link in, we're gonna connect this, and then we're gonna set our tension, I suppose. Then your master link is three pieces. Boom. Snap your master link in place. Boom. Locked in. Looking good. I'm gonna need to redo my center pulley, but I think otherwise we're good.
Really, our objective today is to get our motor mounts on and spaced. We want our motors to be set with the motor axle as far out as we can, almost touching these big fat 9-inch tires, but not. And then we know we'll be able to put our smaller tires on later. We're gonna actually go and put our pulleys on the tires in the next video and get them tuned in nice. I needed to get this on so I'd know how to do the spacing on these wheels and whether it's going to work or not. We'll move on to doing that in the next video, like I said.
Oh shit! Ah, that dirty alcohol feels great in that cut. Motor mounts installed, and it looks like we got our chain drive installed. It looks like on these 9s, I mean, it's gonna be close. I think I need some bigger spacers maybe. Maybe I'll look into some bigger offset spacers to push that gear a little bit further away. But other than that, I think it looks really good. We got our motor mounts on, we got our chain drive on. We took 3 links out of each chain to make them fit perfectly. I'll tell you what, that was more of a pain in the ass than I thought. I got a nice chain tool for it, and it still sucked, so that's a pain in the ass. Other than that, we are just rocking and rolling on this shit, y'all. Next up is going to be mounting our enclosure here, and then doing all of our wiring. Wiring this guy in, wiring the enclosure in, bringing these in. And I feel like once we get that far, we're going to be chugging along, and we'll probably power right through the programming of the ESCs and everything. I've got thumb threads for these guys to take the place of all 6 of these Phillips head screws, so it'll be a quick take it off, be able to charge them on the go. It's really coming together, and I feel like with the length of these wires, I am actually going to be able to take them to this point into the ESC box back here, just like this. like the whole fucking bundle straight into the ESC box, and then just bring all this stuff inside. And normally I have my wires outside with all the connectors, so that's like super good. It's gonna be, I can't believe how long these fucking cables are. Yeah, I mean, woohoo, almost up to here. I feel like we're gonna take this guy and it's gonna be mounted probably about right here. And these guys are gonna go in right here, and that should leave them enough playroom. Just thinking about trying to push, yeah, about like that, I think. So it's gonna depend. I'm gonna see how much flex we got when I put this on the ground and feel it out, and then we're gonna go from there. The other thing, and it's just like putting these things together, you realize, you know, other ways to do it. So I'm gonna swap out these bolts and better center my pulley, because I feel like I got just like a little bit of not perfectness here. And yeah, this is just fucking amazing, y'all. Love it, love you guys. See you in the next video, where we are likely gonna mount this right in here, and probably move on to wiring everything up. I need to put some grip tape on up here where my feet are gonna go. We're gonna put our foot straps on, and I managed to source heel straps, so that's to come. Yeah, many other questions, y'all. Love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Stay up. Let's finish this build. It's gonna be sick. Love you guys.
Like, comment, subscribe.